We in the building. DJ Gambini, the Renaissance Man, and this is Sports Talk 101, presented to you by Country Vision Studios. We off in the building today, and we done made it to week 11 of the NFL. The NBA is also underway right now. Cavaliers undefeated. Steph Curry, Buddy Hield, nice combination. We're going to get into basketball a little later. They got the tournament going on right now. I'm still trying to figure that out. I ain't quite figured it out what they're doing right now. I think they're trying to do it something like how they do soccer. But anyway, it was all right this week. My record was 8-6. The worst week I had, I think I had a losing record. But, it's still a winning record, but it ain't that good. 8-6 ain't that good. But we did cross 100 wins. We had 104 and 45, which should be a pretty good percentage once I figure out how to add all that up. Like I said, I'm not that smart. But let's get into first things first, what we got wrong last week. And this would pop up. Atlanta versus the Saints. I know everybody putting it on cool. He missed 3 kicks, not usually like him. But don't when he line up for kicks, it just look like it's gonna miss anyway. But he done been a pretty good kicker. Kirk Cousins, couple late games, interceptions. But I think our defense kind of got exposed a little bit. I was saying last week that I thought we had a pretty good secondary. But this week, this was the first week I seen Raheem Morris really dialing up the blitz. And that left the cornerbacks back there, the secondary back there, pretty much to be man, or they still was trying to play zone coverage, but Derek Carr was dropping downs. When you say Valdez Scantling, I thought he had retired, but hey, he balled out against us, man. But it usually go like that in the division game. It's very rare you find a team that's gonna go undefeated in the division. Maybe Kansas City this year, maybe. But like I said, we kind of got a little bit exposed. That's probably why he ain't been blitzing a lot this year, because the secondary, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty solid. But this week, they kind of got exposed. They played better in the second half. But they kind of got exposed with the deep ball. And he was dropping downs. It was like he was throwing 50 yards, dropping it in a bucket. But a loss is a loss. See, I got my hat on backwards. I still love the Falcons, though. Still love the Falcons. All right, next up. New York Giants at Carolina. Man, Carolina on a 2-game winning streak, true enough. But Daniel Jones, count your days. Go ahead and count your days, bro. They gave you this big contract and you is not delivering. I know they got rid of Saquon Barkley. They bring in Malik Neighbors. A receiver is only going to be good as the quarterback that's throwing him the ball. I don't know, man. The Giants, hey, trust me, you probably ain't got to worry about me picking them no more this year. All right, next up, San Francisco at Tampa Bay. That was a good game. But Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield was still on fire. I don't know if y'all seen that play he made with the defender holding on to him. He was running lateral to the side, but he was like holding the guy off on him with one arm and threw it with the other arm. It was a good game, man. And but San Francisco, McCaffrey back, 100 yards from scrimmage from him. Pretty good game. It looked like they had something going on the sideline too. Deebo Samuels, I don't know what he had on when he came to the game. Looked like he was in some Daisy Dukes and a blazer or something he had on. I don't know, but everybody try to be provocative these days. But him and I think he was going off on the kicker, and then the long snapper jumped into it or something like that. But hopefully, well, not hopefully, because I'm not a San Francisco fan because of Kyle Shanahan and because of back in our days of the NFC West, the way San Francisco used to do us. But maybe they can start getting some wins after this big win they got against Tampa Bay. But I got that game wrong, so that's that. All right, New England versus Chicago. Chicago done fired their offensive coordinator. I don't think I need to say no more about that. Even though they got a bunch of disgruntled players going around and stuff like that. But rookie quarterback can't go in and get it done in New England. And he playing against another quarterback that's a rookie that was drafted along with him in Drake May. Drake May was able to get the win. I don't know, man. We talking about how sorry New England is, but they pulling out some nice wins here, man. They look like they got something to build on. OJ, is it? Well, Mayo. I'm gonna say Mayo. I think it's Jared Mayo. OJ Mayo was a basketball player, I think. But Jared Mayo, I'm gonna say Jared, but I hope it's right. I don't want to get nobody's name wrong. But Mayo, the coach, he looked like he got them trained up pretty good. Now they getting some big wins in New England, but got that game wrong too. New York Jets. I don't know why I want to say New Jersey. Maybe because my cousin, he passed not too long ago. Matter of fact, I think he was the oldest male member of my family. He was a Jets fan. And he from New Jersey. He was up there in Jersey, and they play in Jersey. Why not just call them the Jersey Jets? But anyway, like I said, I thought Aaron Rodgers could go in after the week he had the week before, and him and Devontae Adams start back building that chemistry and could win. But Arizona, they kind of feisty now. Even though Kyler Murray got his clock clean, buddy. Man, that look remind me of that hit. I can't think of his name. He played for the South Carolina Gamecocks. He in the league now, but he hit the little quarterback from at the time Michigan. I thought he had done killed that boy, but he and it was a clean hit. No roughness on the quarterback or nothing. It was a clean hit, but Kyler Murray took a good lick. But I guess that shows why he's leading the charge in this, I think it's 3 or 4 game win streak that Arizona got going on. But I got that game wrong. Okay, finally, we can get off this subject of me getting games wrong. 6 of them, man. That's very below standards. And just think now, next week really got some hard games going on. But we got Miami at the Rams. I thought Miami was all but dead, man. I ain't gonna lie. Tua, I'm so worried about him while he out there diving at people's knees and know he quick to get a concussion. But the Rams, you got to put it in the end zone. Matthew Stafford completed over 30 passes, but none of them was in the end zone. And that's pretty much going to equal a loss. All right, moving on to next week and our picks. Our picks for next week. Okay, first game on our list, Thursday night. Tough one here. This is a tough one. Washington at Philadelphia. Okay, Washington coming off what it was 1 point loss to Pittsburgh, but the team looked good, man, and it's hard to go against them. Philly, they put that thing on Dallas. They really put that thing on Dallas. I don't know, man. You know they always gonna favor the home team pretty much when you talking about betting on the odds or whatever. But I'm gonna have to go with Philly. I'm gonna go with Philly at home too, because like I said, Washington is a good team, and I don't think they done lost 2 in a row yet this season. Oh man, my pen acting up. But let me see what I got here. All right. We gonna go with Philly at home. But it's been good if I get the Thursday night game wrong. I'm usually the trend I'm being this year. If I get the Thursday night game wrong, I can go down the list and get the other games right. I don't know, because like I said, it's gonna be some tough games in here. Like the next one, Atlanta at Denver. But I'm gonna pick Atlanta. But Denver is a very capable team. They almost beat Kansas City this week. They almost beat Kansas City. Really almost beat Kansas City. They had to block the game-winning field goal to walk out there undefeated. So Denver do got a chance. They got a good defense right now against the Saints. I think our offense kind of struggled in the first half, even though our defense did too, giving up them back-end plays. Bo Nix getting better. You remember when the season started, I was all on him because he only threw for 60 yards one game, and they still won, so I didn't think much of it. But that defense is for real, and they got a chance, but we're going with Atlanta. Next up, in Indianapolis at the New York Jets. Okay, Indianapolis supposed to be going back to Richardson at quarterback. Joe Flacco. I mean, I don't know, would I call that a horrible game? that he had last week. But Richardson brings a different dynamic to it. The Jets, they need to get out the schneid. And Devontae Adams, I'm probably going to bench you this week in fantasy. Bro. Because you didn't get a catch to the fourth quarter. Maybe y'all need to start throwing the ball his way, man. I don't know. But then again, they did play a tough defense. Let me look back here and see. They played a tough defense. The Jets last week. I don't do it. I know I'm old. No, they didn't. I don't know too much about Arizona defense, but evidently they're a tough defense because I don't think the Jets scored but like 10, 13 points or something like that. But I'm going to go with the Jets again. They're going to be the ruination of this excellent year I'm having with picks, right? It's going to be the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. Okay, moving on. Another tough one. Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson is looking like the Russ that could cook. When he was in Denver, he was the guy you don't want on the grill because he was burning up everything. They run him out of time to keep from paying him. Okay, he get to Pittsburgh. Justin Fields comes in. I think they was like, 4-1 or something like that by the time he come back. They undefeated since Russ done started cooking. So he going against I can't think of his name. Lamar Jackson. I can't believe I stuttered on his name, but he probably gonna be the MVP this year, man. He had almost a perfect game the weekend, made an unbelievable comeback, and all this right here. Excuse me. But he made an unbelievable comeback. But I think Baltimore gonna steal this, and shouts out to my nephew. I don't want to hear nothing about it. I gotta go with the best team. And Pittsburgh do got a good defense, and they scoring points now. I remember earlier during this season, I was saying that, it's hard to pick them when they only scoring like round about 20 points a game. Now they almost up to 30 with Russ, and they got a good defense with TJ Watt over there on that end and all that. But I think Baltimore can pull it out on the road. Take Baltimore. Minnesota at Tennessee. Get this win here, Darnold. Make sure you get this win here and keep your hope alive, because you didn't look too good this weekend because y'all didn't even score a touchdown. Y'all won on all field goals. So go in, get your easy win against Tennessee. At least I think it should be an easy win. But this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, you can win or you can lose. You only got two options. All right. Cleveland at New Orleans. Is Jameis gonna get this second win? You know what? I'm gonna roll with Jameis. I'm gonna roll with Jameis Winston, man. I know it sounds crazy after what New Orleans did to us. They done fired their coach. They got a new life. They lost 7 in a row before they beat us this week. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't think they was that bad of a team to lose 7 in a row. Derek Carr come back. He almost get his receiver killed with that dangerous pass that he threw. But I never thought New Orleans was that bad of a team, which I knew they could stick with us anyway because they're division rivals. That's just gonna be the nature of the game. But anyway, I'm gonna go with Cleveland. I'm gonna go out on a limb with Jameis. I want Jameis to be successful, even though he act like a goofball sometimes. All right, next up, we got Jacksonville at Detroit. Come on now. Do we really need to talk about who everybody think gonna win that game? But it could be a trip-up game now. It could be a trip-up game, but like I said, I'm going with Detroit. All right. Green Bay at Chicago. Now, Chicago don't fire their offensive coordinator, which they probably should have fired their head coach, because this guy ain't won a game on the road, and I don't know when. And then they talking about he might have lost the locker room. The players, they really don't like, what is that? Well, I'm forgetting names today. Anyway, I was talking about the quarterback. But Green Bay should be able to pull this one out. The Packers of Green Bay. They used to play, if it's cold in Chicago, they used to it because they used to playing at Lambeau Field, if they still call it that, because they still, they changing the names of the fields all the time. All right. Las Vegas at Miami. Miami won that game against the Rams, and I was watching it, and they still didn't look good. They still did not look good. They don't look like the Miami that we done been seeing for the last 2 years that have basically a track meet out there with all those fast receivers and fast running backs and Tua dropping the ball off to them. They didn't look like that. But I'm gonna take them at home because I have zero confidence in the Raiders. Zero. All right. The Rams at New England. Come on, Matthew Stafford. You played for Georgia, man. Come on, man. You know what? Scratch that. I'm gonna go with New England. I'm gonna go with New England at home. Them boys acting like they building something down there. Is they building what Belichick built? I don't know, but they look like they building something because the wins they getting are unexpected. And week in and week out, you can't say who gonna beat them or who they gonna beat. So I'm gonna try them this week. Let's try New England. I don't think I don't pick them for a game this year. We're gonna try them against the Rams. All right. Oh, this is a tough one. Seattle at the San Francisco 49ers. All right. Seattle is San Francisco. They kind of rocky too. It's like they can't put it all together this season. I'm going to go with the Niners. Even though Seattle should be coming off a bye week. Seattle coming off a bye week. And they look real tempting. But one thing I do know about Kyle Shanahan, if he can never get that team to rolling, they going to roll. He did it with the Falcons, and he done did it with the Niners since he been there. So I'm going to ride with the Niners. Another tough one. God, dog, give me a break. What's up with all these tough games? I sure hope I don't have a bad week this week. Because I 104 and 45. Even though I can stand it. But I'm going to tell you, once you go to getting all these losses, they pile up quick. Okay, Kansas City at Buffalo. I'm going to take Buffalo. Buffalo going to knock them off. Buffalo gonna give them their first loss of the season. Because I done said, Kansas City, they look like they still gonna go to the Super Bowl, but they not looking like they that dominant team. They looking like a team that's put together, that know how to win together. They not blowing people out. Like last week, Denver, blocked field goal. That's the only way you want. You was about to lose that game. When they played against the Falcons, we almost got away from them. Baker Mayfield, he almost got away from him. So you can only run on luck like that. You ain't gonna run a whole 17 games on luck like that. So Buffalo this week right here. All right, Cincinnati at the Rams. God dog, can I get one easy one this week? Just one easy one. All right, I got an easy one for the last one. But Cincinnati at the Chargers. I'm gonna take Cincinnati, man. Joe Burrow, they defense ain't doing too much right now, but Joe Burrow and Lamar Chase, that's a special combination, man. They remind me of like how Jerry Rice was with Montana and Steve Young, man. That's a special combination. I think Chase had 10 receptions, almost 200 yards, 3 or 4 TDs or whatever this week. He say he always open. I guess he throwing a hint at you, Joe Burrow. But Joe Burrow and Cincinnati go in and beat the Chargers. All right, last game, Houston at Dallas. Come on, Houston. You already on the skid. Going in there, take care of Dallas. They got the backup quarterback which we don't know if it's gonna be Cooper Rush or I was just finna call his name, Trey Lance. We don't know who the starting quarterback gonna be, and from the way they played this weekend, it looked like it don't matter. So we gonna go with Houston for that. Okay, that's it. Picks in for this week, week 11. I think I'm gonna make it to the end of the season, man. I've made it over halfway, and y'all know usually I try to do it weekly. Since I first started podcasting probably about 5 or 6 years ago. It's been hard to string together a whole bunch of shows for me, man. And I was supposed to do a show the other day, but the guy that was supposed to come on with me, we were gonna talk about the fallout from the election, not to mix that in with sports, but he had something to do that day. Then we were supposed to do it the next day. Then I got something to do. So it's kind of hard when this is not your job. This is not my black job. Matter of fact, as soon as I get off here, I'm going to bed because I got to get up early in the morning and go on my black job. So, but hope y'all enjoyed the show. If you got anything to say, leave it in the comments, and we'll see you next week. You know how we end the show. Peace and prosperity.